you already, have been thoroughly trained in the speech mechanism. You have been told about phonetics, a little bit of linguistics. You have been trained on the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, phonetic transcription. So I'm just going to relax you, just as they say when you have to, do some strenuous exercise. Some warming up was required, so that we had an introduction. We had an introduction to the speech mechanism. And now, as that you get trained and equipped and confident enough to tackle all the questions that you would be getting for your phonetic section, and also, you will be implementing using all this, how ma'am told us about the mispronounced words. And as she was making the presentation today, she did make mention of a few words, compound words, right? Compound adjectives, compound nouns. Can any one of you recollect, on one of the slides she had some compound adjectives and compound nouns? So meanwhile, I'll just share with you today the PPT on the word formation processes. And this PPT, exclusively half an hour, 2 parts I have done already. And I have requested Maninder, our junior technician, is going to upload that shortly for you, right? So let's just talk about the word formation processes, just a relaxation, because now we are making a transition from phonetics, phonology to morphology, right? What is, did anyone recollect the words that ma'am had used on the slides?
Ma'am, for the compound noun, ma'am
Mm-hmm.
had used football, where the
Very,
stress is on the first syllable,
uh-huh. Very
and
good.
for the compound adjective, the stress will be on the second syllable, and the example is old-fashioned.
Very good. Excellent. I think our target is achieved. You have been able to tell it to me threadbare, right? I really appreciate that. And I hope everyone else was also attentive. And now I'm just going to share with you the PPT on word formation, right? So what is morphology? Morphology is the study of words. Just as the basic unit of the sounds is a phoneme, for the words you have the morpheme, right? I am not going to dwell on the morphemes in detail, which are free morpheme and the bound morphemes, but I would be talking about something which you are already familiar with. And this again, exercise is going to build your vocabulary and correct you if you probably had been going wrong somewhere in forming a word. Many a times, we come across certain answer sheets where adjective or noun has been formed just like that, right? So that's not the right way. I hope you can see on your screens the PPT, and do
Yes,
let me
ma'am.
know, okay, if the slide is moving to the next one. Has
Yes,
it moved?
ma'am.
Okay. So, what are we going to talk about right now in the next half an hour? I will be talking about certain processes of word formation, and the study of the word formation processes is known as morphology. Why is it important for us to study about this? Because it will enable you not only to expand your vocabulary, but also to communicate in a very smooth and nice manner, right? कई बार क्या होता है, you get stuck कि यहाँ पे पता नहीं कौन सा word आना था. So the main objective of learning about the word formation processes is that you have to know how the new words are formed and whether the new forms that you have formed are accurate, correct, or not. So there are certain rules and processes, which have to be kept in mind. A small little example from the junior classes onwards, you have practice of antonyms and synonyms, right? मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स जब आपको किसी वर्ड का एंटोनिम नहीं आता, तो व्हाट प्रीफिक्स डू यू गिव टू दोज वर्ड्स? क्या लगा देते हो उसको?
मैम यू एंड अन लगा देते हैं कई बार.
वेरी गुड.
आई एम, समटाइम्स आई एम,
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड.
DIS,
Yes. So,
IN.
okay. Okay, let me know before I begin with the first process. Have you heard of these three terms that are there flagged on your screen? Have you heard about neologism? What is that? What is coinage?
It's like coining a new word.
Very good. And this coinage probably, also depends upon certain words that we have taken from somewhere. For example, we feel happy wearing the jeans, right? For example, this word jeans actually is from the Italian city of Genoa, right? So this word has been coined from the Italian city of Genoa. Also, there are certain words like volt, VOLT. Have you heard? You have already heard this word while you were doing physics and science in your junior school, right? So again, such words like Fahrenheit, volt are from the names of the scientists or the inventors, who have pioneered in bringing out certain facts about these things. Therefore, such words which are based on the name of a person are known as, I'm giving you another word, you can just write it down, eponym. EPONYM. It's called an eponym. When we create new words, from what? From the names of some people, some person. Ab ye some person you and me nahi hai. Who are these people? Some renowned people, some celebrities, or some kind of, scientists and all. So this is the process of coinage, and this particular way of bringing a word into the language is known as an eponym. So if you are asked, give an example of an eponym, तो क्या example दोगे आप? What example would you give?
Ma'am, like Adam's apple, when we
Okay.
describe Adam's apple.
All right. I told you jeans, Fahrenheit, volt, watt, words like this. Right?
Ford.
So, and what is neologism? Bringing in new words into the language. The phenomena of bringing these new words is known as neologism. What is etymology? What is etymology? Etymology is going to the root of the word. And where is the root? The root of the word, actually, whatever English words that you're using, you will be surprised to know when, if you have already read the study learning material, you know that there are certain words which have also been borrowed from some other languages, like Arabic languages, like German, or even from the Indian words, like ye jo word bus, yogurt, and things like that. These are not original English words. All right. Now we move on to the processes of word formation. So, one way coinage, we are coining some words. I will not go into the story behind the word formation processes, which is a very interesting story. I have already talked about this in my video lecture, right? So you can just go visit the Google Drive. You will find in your course material, and it will shortly be uploaded on our YouTube channel as well. So what is this derivation? Ma'am was asking you कि वो ये prefix and suffix क्या होते हैं? right? Now, whenever the prefixes and suffixes, now what are these? These are called bound morphemes. अब bound morphemes क्या होते हैं? Bound morpheme is the basic unit of morphology of word formation, and a free morpheme is a morpheme which has an independent meaning, and a bound morpheme is the one that cannot have an independent meaning. For example, just a few seconds back, I asked you how would you change a certain word into an antonym. You told me use supply, un, dis, dis, right? So the word appear is the free morpheme, whereas when you make it into disappear, the word, the morpheme dis is a bound morpheme. So a few examples. What is the process of derivation? New words are formed by affixing certain prefixes or suffixes. For example, appear, disappear, justice, injustice, lighten, enlighten, friend, friendship, befriend भी हो सकता है, happy, happiness, right? Someone's microphone is on, please. I hope you can see the slide back formation on your screens.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is this back formation? The two words back formation are revealing back formation is a process which actually, you are creating a new word by just, some kind of a derivational effect. So the formation is quite contrary to derivation. What was happening in derivation? You were forming the new words by affixing certain prefixes or suffixes, right? But here you see, when you change the word insertion, you removed ION and a new word you get insert. Donation, you remove ION, you get a new word donate. Procession, you remove ION, you get a new word process, right? Obsessive, obsess, similarly resuction, resurrect, right? So this phenomena of eliminating a part of the word to create a new word is referred to as a back formation. Conversion. Now, conversion is a process of word formation where when the word gets converted from one grammatical form to another grammatical form without any change in the spelling of the word. For example, the word Google. The word Google originated as a noun. And what did it mean to us? A search engine. But nowadays we know that we use the word don't Google or you Google it or to Google. So what have we converted it into? We have converted this noun into a verb. Please अपना microphone mute कर लीजिए. So the word which originated as a noun is now in usage even as a verb without undergoing any change in the spelling. So a list of words is there on the screen, noun to verb. You use the word access as a noun, to give access as a verb, Google to Google, email to email as a noun as well as a verb. Similarly, we also have the words which are grammatically performing different function without undergoing any change in the spelling. For example, when you are using it as a verb, you use it as to hope or hoping, but the noun is hope. To cover, cover, increase, to increase. I hope by now you know that the word formation processes could either be a coinage, could be a derivation, could be a back formation, or it could be a conversion. So how many processes have we talked about till now? We have talked about 4 processes. The 5th process is compounding, and this is what Karanveer had given an answer to this when I asked which were the compound words ma'am had on the screen, on the slides, right? So compounding is again very comprehensible enough to everyone that whenever you are combining certain words to make a new word, then it is a compound word. Now, the compound word can exist as a single word. For example, as you see on the screen, classroom, notebook. It can also have a hyphenated form, brother-in-law, right? So it could either be a combination of the two words into a single word, or it could be a hyphenated word. Clipping. Now, this is a very interesting word formation process where you get a new word just by shortening the word, right? And again, the shortening of the word is not going to bring any change in semantics, which is the meaning. So, it, in contrast to the back formation processes, it is going to reserve the original meaning. Four types of clippings are basically used to form a new word, which include the back clipping, the fore clipping, the middle clipping, and the complex clipping. Now, what is this back clipping? You are removing the end part of the word. What is the fore clipping? You are removing the first part of the word. What is the middle clipping? Whatever was there in the middle position, you are removing to get a new word, right? Without changing the meaning of the word. Complex removes multiple pieces from the words. A few examples. Advertisement को आपने क्या बना दिया? Ad बना दिया. Advertise बना दिया. Photograph को क्या बना दिया? Photo. Telephone को phone. Influenza को केवल हम फ्लू के वर्ड से ही जानने लगे हैं. What is blending? Now, this again is a very interesting way of forming new words. And can you tell me what kind of a word is emoticon? Emoticon. 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 इमोजी और आइकन से दोनों को ब्लेंड कर दिया, इमोटिकॉन बना दिया. ब्रेकफास्ट प्लस लंच क्या बन गया वर्ड? ब्रंच. बायोग्राफिकल प्लस पिक्चर, बायोपिक. मोटो प्लस होटल, मोटेल. टेलीफोन प्लस मैराथन, telethon, right? So this is the process of blending, which gives us new words. Again, a word formation process known as abbreviation, and you are quite familiar with this. This is again using of shortening of the words or the phrases that you make use of. For example, for department, you write DEPT. डॉक्टर DOCTOR की जगह आप DR ही बोल देते हो. मास्टर ऑफ बिजनेस, सॉरी इट्स अ स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक, बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की जगह आप MBA बोल देते हो, और मिस्टर की जगह पे आप सिर्फ MR डॉट लगा देते हो या विदाउट डॉट, सो विच इज इंडिकेटिव ऑफ मिस्टर. So what is abbreviation? Abbreviation again, is removing a few words, shortening of the words to indicate certain things. Now, what is another word formation process is referred to as acronyms. How many of you know about the acronyms? What are acronyms?
When using the initial letter to indicate that whole word. For example, we use A.
Exactly, right? So whenever you are, initials are being used to, and they are being clubbed together. For example, the acronym PIN, PIN, is for personal identification number. A few more examples. I think you're familiar. ATM hai, HIV, AIDS, NASA. Inka, there is, from each of the word, the initial has been taken, and that initial now becomes a word which is pronounced as such. Borrowing. Now, what is this borrowing? When I started telling you about the word formation processes, I told you that English does not have purely words, which probably the Britishers have coined. There have been borrowings from some other languages. For example, the word algebra has also been borrowed from Arabic. The word murder has been borrowed from French language. The word pizza has been borrowed from the Italian language. So, how many word processes in all did we talk about? We talked about coinage, we talked about derivation, we also referred to back formation, we discussed conversion, compounding, clipping, blending, abbreviation, acronyms, and borrowing. Now, what happens, when you make use of these word formation processes? Definitely, new words are going to get formed. We are creating new words by making use of these methods, whether it is the process of derivation, conversion, back formation. The fundamental rules of word formation have to be followed, and this is the way in which the vocabulary is getting increased and expanded, and new words, because of the emergence of the digital times, certain words are now new to us, and they have been added into the vocabulary. So that's all from my side for this. The elaborate videos on this will be shared with you when they are uploaded on Samvad. So I hope you have learned a lot through all the sessions which were conducted from 12th of May till date today, 16th of May. And the feedback forms have already been shared by Mr. Mohanjeet. The assignments have also been shared, the worksheets have also been shared, and the videos have also been sent, right? So make use of these, go through your learning material again, and just in case you have any queries, feel free to, write to us. You have ma'am's email, Dr. Hira's email, and also my email is with you. The feedback form is there in the chat box. Kindly fill it out. And those who have regularly attended, will also additionally be getting the certificates of participation, right? Thank you for being great learners. I am proud of this batch of July 24, and also all the participants from outside, from Jalandhar, Jadla, from Sangrur, and Ludhiana, from other institutes, who have connected. There are a few faculty members. I'm grateful to them for having connected for this 5-day workshop. Should you wish to give us some input, or do you have some any other academic requirements? You can just write to us. We'll try to work it out and put it on our academic calendar. Thank you for being great learners. Wish you all the best. Yes, Karanveer?
Ma'am, should we mail back the solved worksheets to Mohanjit sir?
To Mohanjeet. Okay. I think we will share the. Okay. Right. You can mail it to him. Okay. You can mail it to him.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So we call it a day. Jasneet, I hope everyone is satisfied with all the sessions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
बहुत मजा आया मैम.
Have you earlier attended any of such workshops?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So I had requested Dr. Hira, because Dr. Hira took one session last year. I said we have to make it very working kind of a workshop, because it is online. She made great efforts. We ensured that you learned in the process. because most of the times, we are given to a thought that it's an online thing. How much are we going to learn? Can you just, any one of you, say a few words? How much have you learned? Do you think that you have actually gained out of the workshop? I would really appreciate. You can just raise your hand. We'll just give 2, 3 people if they wish to. Very brief, in a brief. Okay, Karanveer. Karanveer, you raised your hand. Ji.
Yes, ma'am. I think like I have gained a lot about the depth of linguistics and both phonetics and also morphology, which is a deep thing, I guess. So it gives us, an idea, and we can always have food for thought and get idea and just go home and work on it. So it was really nice. All the faculty members are nice and approachable. So I thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
everyone.
Karanveer. Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Yes, Jasneet, you raised your hand.
Ma'am, I had little bit learned about in my first sem of pedagogy of English in B.Ed, but this workshop added more to it. Also, the pronunciation, the fluency has also helped in it. All the because sometimes we get opportunity to speak with the foreigners or communicate with them. I think it would very help me in that as well. That I can now speak more confidently with them as well.
That's
Instead of
great.
using Punjabi, Instead of using Punjabi with them, I would be able to speak in English with their form, how they speak. A little bit a try, we can say.
Love. Now, look, something that I would like to add to what Jasneet is saying. Yeah, even ma'am was saying that we have, because it is the received pronunciation. RP कहते हैं इसको, ठीक है? So वो Britishers की जो language है, तो उसके हिसाब से standardized received pronunciation. If you wish to, Daniel Jones dictionary is available. You can make use of it. Another very useful book which I usually rely upon is The Study of Language by George Yu. This is a very good book in a very simple language. It gives you everything that you require to know about language, linguistics, phonetics, and morphology, even applied linguistics, right? The language variations that we were talking about. So it's nice. And I found that very interesting, the mispronounced words. How, the mispronounced words have to be taken care of, and we need to check ourselves every now and then when we are speaking that we pronounce that very carefully. So, thank you for joining us in this journey of learning, which is dedicated to good learners and all inquisitive and dedicated participants. Thank you very much. Yes, Mandeep, do you have any question? You raised a hand, or you want to have some observation?
Thank you, ma'am, for helping us.
Thank you so much for being, your presence here, means a lot to us, because on online platform, usually there is, what happens on the online platform. But you are really good learners. Thank you very much for connecting for all these 5 days and attending all the sessions regularly. So within 15-20 days, you even will get your certificates for this. All the very best for your exam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.